I'm Sue. Welcome to Fireside Chat. I'm so thrilled and so happy to welcome my good friend David Scarborough. He's joining us from North Carolina. Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Just fine. Uh, Kind of wet. It's been raining here for the last week and a half.
Oh
It, ju-
no!
it
So,
just will not stop raining,
oh no! All weekend too?
but it's making everything green, so that's good.
Yes, it's true. Everything does look fresh and green. We didn't have a very good weekend. It just got sunny on Monday.
Yeah,
So it was kind of cold and rainy all weekend here too in Michigan. But I'm glad that, I mean, really, I think you have nicer weather than we do. You probably have really green grass and the trees. Did you have any trees that were all in blossom, like the dogwoods and the,
oh yeah, everything is in full bloom already.
just, that's amazing. North Carolina is absolutely beautiful. There's lots of like mountains and things, and there's lots of waterfalls, right? Lots of natural beauty in North
Yeah,
Carolina.
I probably live within 20 miles, 25 miles of 30 plus waterfalls.
Oh my God, that's
So yeah, they're everywhere. They're beautiful.
wow.
But
That
that's
is
because you're in the mountains and it rains a lot.
so
It's
it's
all
like
running
yeah,
downhill,
right.
right? So you have lots of waterfalls.
That's amazing. So I'm gonna switch to just you, Dave, and what we're gonna talk about today then is we're gonna you can actually introduce what you would like to start with and all that, and we can see your screen. That's perfect.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to talk about meta prompting, and essentially what that is using the AI, the
Mm-hmm.
large language models,
Mm-hmm.
to write prompts for you. Because what most people do when they get on a AI, such as ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or Perplexity, they generally just ask it a question.
Mm-hmm.
And then the model will go in and it'll start thinking and it'll come back with an answer. And that's sort of the end of it. But what you really want to be able to do is get really great content. So if you give it a good input, you'll have an opportunity to get a much better content. So the whole goal here is I'm going to give you three styles
Okay.
of what you can do and use um, to query the AI and let the AI help you build the prompt so that you get the best output.
That's so smart.
So what we're talking about here is these three styles. One we call generator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got a blank prompt and you are looking to do something, right?
Yes.
Um, and so you're just sitting there, and what you can do is simply tell the AI in one sentence what it is you actually want to do,
Okay.
and then let it write the prompt for you so that you're just
Wow.
not asking it a question. You're actually saying, this is what I would like to do. Can you write me a prompt
Ah,
so that I
okay.
can go in there and do this?
Okay.
So um, I have an example in the handout that I gave you all
Uh-huh.
where it says, write a production ready Claude prompt for this task. And then you just take that prompt and put it in there, and it'll come back and give you an output.
Okay.
And then you can use that output to get a much better out, or use that prompt to get a much better output when you put it into the AI itself, trying to get the task done that you have assigned it.
Right.
And then you'll notice that it'll come back with some good information, but it's probably not going to be the best information. And so what you'll want to do
Mm-hmm.
is say, hey, here's another style that I can use. It's called the improver. So you can take the prompt that it gave you
Uh-huh.
and then take the output and say, can we enhance this? Can we improve this? Is there anything that we can do to make this better? And it'll come back and say, oh, yeah, sure. This is what we missed. This is what we didn't include. These are things that would make the prompt much, much better. And so that really works well. I always am asking the prompt or the AI to
Okay.
enhance whatever it is I'm doing. I like building skills because the skill will then allow you to do the same task over and over and over and get the same output without having to tell it what you want
Mm-hmm.
every time.
Exactly.
So utilizing a skill, you want to make sure that that skill is written properly. So when I give the task to the AI and say, okay, we'd like to write this skill, I put it through another skill that says follow this formatting,
Okay.
and then it'll go in there and do that for me. And then sometimes when I get the output back, I'll look at it and I'll say, is there anything else we could enhance to make this skill better?
Wow.
And then it'll generally come back and say, yeah, sure, David, if we did this or we did that, or I think we could do this, or we could build on this idea a little bit more. And I'll
Wow.
say, oh, those are great ideas. Let's do it.
Incredible. And it's
And
already
so,
good, so it just becomes better. And I think
yeah,
it's great that you have the collaborative kind of way of dealing with these models
yeah,
because they are listening for your ideas, but they can hone and sculpt and right like create
they're
something.
there to work for us, right?
They really are.
They they're our assistant, and they are eager to help and work for us. You just got to keep them on track, right?
True.
They can get a little wonky sometimes and go
Yes.
in a different direction. So you want to make sure that you're keeping them on track. That's another reason for a skill, because the skill they'll follow the exact instructions of the skill and they'll come out with a consistent output for you.
Okay.
But it's always good to go in and ask, are there any improvements? Are there any
It's a great
enhancement?
idea.
Is there anything that I can do to make this skill better for the user?
Okay.
And it'll come back and give you a better skill. And then the third style, and I like this a lot, is I like using the interview. So
Yeah.
I might start a task and I might say to them, okay, here's what I'm looking to do. Here's the prompt I would like to use, but I want to use it in a format as an interviewer. So I would like you to ask me questions about this task, and then we'll move forward once we get all the information you need. And then it'll set up and ask you questions, one, two, three, four, five, and then it'll come back and say to you, I think I've got all the information I need. Let me start the build. And then it'll go out and start doing whatever it is
Building.
you've asked it to do.
Okay.
So that's another way to get a much better product, a much better output by asking it to ask you what exactly it is. Because, in life, sometimes getting to what you really want
Mhm.
is knowing the right questions to ask.
That's so true. That's so
And
true. That's
so
profound. It's true.
the AI is so much smarter than we are. So
Already, right?
let it ask what it really wants, right? And that's a much higher level skill for it to go out and do the research. And once it has the information, it'll give you a much better product back. So these are just ways of utilizing the AI to get a better output for yourself.
Very good.
And that's really, really important. And then, of course, you want to test everything, right?
Right.
So if it comes back and it gives you a certain prompt, then just go run it. For example, if you're looking at my screen right here,
Yep.
I
Yep.
just took the prompts that it gave me and I said, okay, here's what I said to it: write a productivity or a production ready Claude prompt. And then here's what it came back and gave me.
Wow.
Really, really detailed,
Oh my
right?
God, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's not
Wow.
something I would have come up with, by just asking it a simple question. But here's the prompt.
Wow.
It's not really
It's nothing crazy, right?
elaborate. I
Yeah.
just
It's
said
just
I
normal.
gave it the details, and then it came back, and now I have this prompt. And then once I had this
Wow.
prompt, I said, okay, let's see if this prompt is really good, and let's interview the prompt. And so
Oh.
it came back, and it came back and said, okay, here's some issues I found, that
Oh
we
my
can do better.
God.
So
Even though it's
it's
excellent.
already it's already a pretty good prompt up
It
here. It's got
is.
a lot of information, but it's already coming back here, and it's
Wow.
going to rewrite the prompt for me based on, hey, here's some missing issues.
Oh Oh my God. Yeah,
So then
that's extraordinary.
it rewrites the prompt for me.
Oh, look at this. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And then I actually
Right?
go, okay. And it tells me what I
Wow.
changed and why I changed it. And
Oh
then I'm
my
saying, okay,
God.
now let's test the prompt. So I gave it this little bit of a prompt and I put the data in,
Uh-huh.
and then
Uh-huh.
it came back and it told me, you're missing some information. It knew that I didn't have the core service list, the service area. I had only given it one zip code.
Right.
And so it came back and said, okay, if I assume roofing is the core service in 48226 Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
is the service area the output would be. And here's the output it did for me.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, let's build a test with some dummy uh, data. So
Right.
it did that. It says, now let me build the full test
Okay.
harness. And it went out and it actually did this for me.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I can show it here.
So a harness
Um,
is kind of like a kind of like it's within guidelines that you're setting and it's kind of controlled. Is that what a harness is? I'm not really sure. I know
well,
it's
no, I don't know what his
what is a
terminology
harness?
exactly was for the
Yeah,
word
I know that's
harness.
the right word. I know that's the right word because people say, "Oh, my system is really harnessed," but it's kind of AI has its own language, right? Like there's certain words, like a token
Yeah.
is very specific meaning in AI, right? So I think I've
Well,
definitely heard harness. See the
here's how you
harness?
find out
Ask.
what.
I see. Yes, yes, you're right. I love that you're live.
Oh, come on. Let me
What
write
do you
properly.
mean?
Oh, my fingers aren't working. We'll just ask what it means by that. I didn't even
Great
think about
thinking.
it when I did it.
That's great. I know they've used
But
that term.
here's what I do. I never just, go out and do something. If I didn't exactly understand what he was doing, then I would do exactly this. I always ask it to solve my problems for me
That's amazing.
all the time.
You're
So
you're
fair,
constantly
fair,
creating too. You're constantly every day, every
yeah.
day.
Every day I'm in here, you can see the list on the left-hand side over there. I'm doing stuff all the
And
time.
those are all projects, like they're all individual like things that you're building. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
these are all things I just worked on the last couple of days.
Oh my God. It's
But
like a
it
year
said,
worth of work. It's incredible. But you're
look, it
so,
said
you
a
know,
fair question. Here's what the file in plain terms.
okay.
The complete ready to test prompt with a sample company profile filled in Asheville HVAC
HVAC.
plumbing electrical shop with real zip codes. So that's what it did. So it was a real test. It went out and got the data and came back with a real test, and then it's going to build it for us. So let me ask it. Right now, it's showing me, it's giving it to me as a markdown. I'm going to ask it, give me, I'm going to ask it to give me the file as a PDF so that I can open it right here on the screen
I see.
and we can
We can
take
see.
a look.
Right. You're right.
So then, because if I'm looking at something in a PDF, then I have to look at it in cursor, or I have to look at it on somewhere else where I don't always, like, my cursor is loading right now, but the darn thing's been loading for the last 3 or 4 minutes we've been talking. So,
It's a lot of
so
information probably. It's probably pretty dense.
yeah, so it's not as efficient as just putting it into a PDF and let me look at it.
You know what though, but I think that us going through all the production equipment that we have to use, it might be, kind of a lot,
So that's another example of you want to make sure that when you're asking it for anything, that it gives it to you in the format that's most convenient and usable for you.
That's a good point.
If it does everything in a markdown file and you have to open up cursor or something else to read it, and that's really not what you want.
Right.
You might want something in a PDF file that has some animation in it, maybe has
Mm-hmm.
um,
Like a
you
graphic
know,
or
colors, graphics, symbols,
yeah, yeah.
emojis, all sorts of things that make it look a lot more presentable to the end user as opposed to, a plain text file, a markdown file.
Yeah,
So this is a pretty big file, it's
it is.
16,000 character. So it's taken
Wow.
a little time to write to it.
That's amazing.
But
But we
while
could
that's doing that,
mm-hmm.
one of the things that I did do is I got a template. And this little template, if you use it, it has all the information that a good prompt should contain.
I see.
And if you give that template to the AI and
Mm-hmm.
then ask your question, give it those instructions, it'll really build a great prompt for you.
That's awesome.
So that is actually in their workbook, and they can
Oh, I
grab
see.
that template and
Okay,
use
good.
that to build better prompts.
That's amazing.
And and then here's another way we can do this as well.
Of course.
I can take, for example, um, there it is.
Oh, look how nice
Uh,
it is.
yeah, so that's a lot nicer than looking at trying to look at a markdown
Markdown
file.
files. This is
Yeah,
beautiful. Look at that.
so yeah, so
Okay.
it's a little slow here. It's moving.
So you
It's probably
copy it into the bar, the right.
yeah. I would just copy it and then bring it into a file folder, and then I would use it. But here's the full system prompt. I mean, this is a massive prompt.
Wow.
Look at
That's
this.
something else. My God, David. That's a
Look at
prompt.
yeah. This is a prompt to
I've
get
never
you
seen a
what
prompt
you
like that, like so
to really
multi-layered. Yeah.
dig deep and get exactly what it is you want.
Honestly, I've never seen a prompt like this in my life. Honestly, that's the nicest, most complex prompt I've ever
So
seen.
it's telling you how to use it
Wow.
and how to test it. And then once it is doing what you want it to do, then you say, okay, give me the actual prompt. And then you could actually build a skill from the prompt and then give it to a business and
I
let the
see.
business use it. This was all predicated around
Mm-hmm.
a service company who gets leads off their website, and they want to put those leads into this prompt so
Yes.
that they can determine who are solid, good leads that we need to continue to follow up with, or are these people just tire kickers, and
Yeah.
we'll send them a polite hey, but we may not put a whole lot more effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole idea is to help you become more efficient in your business. You don't want to be spending an hour trying to chase a lead that
Yeah.
maybe outside of your service area.
Right.
They happen to have your number and they called you, but they're 50 miles from your business. You're not going to service them.
Yeah.
So you'd want to
Mm-hmm.
know that, so if it didn't fit within your edge zip codes there, that sets the boundary, right?
Right.
And if it didn't fit within there, then that lead would not get processed properly, or you wouldn't follow up with it. You would
Right.
just kindly say, "Thank you for your inquiry. We're sorry, but we don't service your area,"
Right.
and
Right.
then leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
So,
I can't believe
and
this is a
then
prompt. That's incredible. They used to be like a paragraph, and now they're not just pages, but this is a prompt. Like that's just
yeah.
look at how much that's evolved in just like the last year or two. That how
Now,
elegant a prompt can be.
now I have a little bonus treat that we can use as well.
Okay.
Because if you don't want to do all of this and go through this, you can let AI write the prompt for you. So you can go over to the workbench inside platform.com, claude.com,
Okay.
and you can generate a prompt and you can simply
Oh,
describe what it is you want. So I'm just going to post this in here
that's
and
awesome.
I'll let it generate the prompt for me. So if I've got an idea, I kind of know what I want,
Wow.
but I don't really know how to put it into
Yeah.
the best prompt format so I can get the output I want.
I-
And so there it is right there. And then
That's
I
so
could just
fast.
take it, copy it, and then put it into the AI and continue working with it. So I
Incredible.
could, let me copy it.
That was a good shortcut.
Yeah, it's a great shortcut. It's real easy. Let AI do the work, right? So
Completely.
I could come over here and do a new task, and then I could just put that in here
Wow.
and let it run, and away we would go. So I'm letting
Unbelievable.
the AI do all the work for me.
Right. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like just even in the last 5 years, not just 10 or 20, in the last five, it's
Oh,
amazing how much more efficient
in
engineers
the
like yourself are in
in the
creating.
last two
2 years,
months.
maybe
I
year,
mean,
few months. Yeah. I
so
think like
so
the
here we
last,
go. We
oh
got
my
we got a
goodness.
So you are a production
Production
ready
ready
prompt
prompt
engineer. Your
engineer.
job is to take a task description
Mm-hmm.
and produce a complete structured prompt
Mm-hmm.
that an AI assistant can follow to execute that task reliably.
Reliably.
So you're going to tell it what the task is, who
Yes.
the target audience is, what the output content would
Oh my
be,
God.
and then, you're going to give it this prompt, and then you would give this to the AI and let the AI run with it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, this is another
And
level, David.
And this tells you, look at the confidence definition. It tells you it's high
Wow.
or medium or low. So when it comes back
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you that information,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get a confidence level read on it, which is really, really good because then you're going to know that when it performs this task for you, you're going to, okay, this is a high,
Right.
this is a medium, and that'll tell you the direction you want to go in. So this is really,
Wow.
cool stuff.
It is
This
cool
is
stuff because, it's almost like it's self correcting in a way, right? Like, along with you and your logic, you can like guide its thinking and you can be like, elaborate on that a bit more, or let's go down this track, or like, it's almost like you're like the human in the loop with the AI and you're both like iterating better and better quality work, right?
exactly. If you, like I said, if you know the right questions to ask, right?
Yes.
If you know the right tool to use, and you know sort of how it thinks a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you can really get some incredible output. You know, it, we want to learn to use AI as our AI assistant, and we want to get the best output we can from it. So you want to be able to give it the best education
Mm-hmm.
to get that best output. If you're going to help somebody do something and you're going to teach them something, you're going to give them the in-depth knowledge they need to know to perform that task.
Right.
And that's sort of the same thing we're doing with the AI. We're going to give it as much information as we can so that it can digest all of that information
Mm-hmm.
and then come up with the best strategy for what you want. And then it'll design the output for you so that then you can take that output and become more efficient in whatever the task is you're trying to do.
So you have so many projects that you're doing really at any one time, even inside of one week. You're probably working on like 10 different things, and
Oh,
that's probably like underestimating what you actually have. But do you use AI to also organize your work, David? Because I feel like you're extremely organized. So is that partly that you've in a
yeah,
sense trained AI to organize with you? Is that sort of part of it?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tell it that I have set up my file system in such a way that it has access to and can read and write on my files within
Okay.
this certain section.
Okay.
So that when we're performing a task, I will tell it, okay, I want it to go work here, and
Mhm.
then and I want you to file it here. So it'll do that for me. And so I don't have to mess with it. For example, I'm going to share with the group tonight.
Mhm.
Let me pull this over.
Okay.
I built a skill so that we could use a skill to do what we're talking about here,
Wow.
and we're going to give access to the skill to everybody.
That's amazing.
Let me make so here's the skill called the prompt architect. So
Ah.
let me just show you my admin side of the skill.
Okay.
Oops, why is it doing that?
Prompt architect.
Why is it opening in like this? Huh, that's strange.
Okay. That's,
But
yeah,
yeah, it shouldn't do that. I don't know
prompt
why it's doing that.
architect.
All right, there it is.
Okay. So that's,
Okay,
okay.
so if I'm going to add a skill,
Mm-hmm.
I simply come in here and I add the skill.
Because
I,
everything's already formatted.
yeah, there it is. So here's the blank slate for the skill.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in order to get this skill up and running for me, I need two things. I need a zip file with the skill, the reference, anything that I'm going to put with the skill.
Okay.
So it is um, a complete zip document that the user or the purchaser will get when they download it. And then I have a JSON file
Mm-hmm.
that I use when I upload it to here that fills in all this information for me.
Wow.
It does all this stuff. So all I do is I go to my computer, I go to that file,
Mm-hmm.
and I just grab a skill and I put it in there, and I grab the JSON file and I put it in here.
Uh-huh.
It fills it all up. I make sure the category is selected.
Yeah.
I then, if I'm going to charge a price for it or whatever, I make sure
You put
that's
that there.
complete.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I just click save the skill. So that's exactly what
Oh
I
my
did
God.
when I came over here and built a skill. So here's the skill that everybody can get access to.
So
Oh, no,
prompt
that's the wrong way.
architect
The prompt
is the new
architect.
skill that you have
So
right
they
now.
just click on it. You'll
Mm-hmm.
notice there's a price on it,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to pay it. They can
Okay.
put the coupon code in. Now, I had purchased it today because I wanted to download it and make sure it was all functional and working properly and
That's
all the
very kind.
materials were in there.
Sure.
So, but you'll see here when you try it, you go ahead and try it. You can do it right now,
Okay.
and you'll see that there is a coupon there. Type in the word Fireside,
Oh, that's awesome.
all one word,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll give it to you for free.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I'm so
And then you
glad.
can simply download it and it'll
And you
be
use
ready
it.
to go. And then you can take that skill and you could upload it to Claude, or you could use it with any I've said over here it works with any
Any
LLM.
LLM.
So you
Okay.
could just put the skill in any of these and it'll be operational for you.
Yeah, I like that you always take the trouble to, and like every one of your skills, every one of your products, like everything is very like, it's usable across different platforms, and I really like that. It must be a lot of work, but I'm really glad that you do because some people have their favorite platforms, and I like
Yeah,
Claude the
it's
best. I do like Claude the
yeah.
best as well. I think you also like Claude.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I
I
work in
love
Claude the
Claude.
most.
They
I
write
work
beautifully.
primarily between ChatGPT and Claude. I do ChatGPT for a lot of images and some brainstorming,
Uh huh.
but I definitely am in Claude 90% of the time.
Amazing.
And I'm in Claude every day. Yeah, I don't ask Google very much anymore. What where something is or how do I do something.
Yeah.
I usually do it inside Claude because I can, for example, if
Interesting.
I have a problem with something,
Yeah.
oh, I had a nightmare scenario. Outlook had they have built a whole new program in Microsoft 365, and they had a legacy program where you could hang on to the old
Yes.
architecture of their program,
Right.
but they kept pushing people away, pushing people away, pushing people away, and they finally, just the other day, just shut my Outlook down and said, "You're out of memory. We're giving you the new one," and they just started uh, processing. I
we
mean,
we
my Outlook just shut down on me.
no, we don't want
So
the new one. People, we all use classic. We don't like the new one. It's not
I
better,
know, 15
right?
years of using one in one way, and now all of a sudden you got to learn a whole new way. So
Well,
it's a huge learning curve.
it
But in
really
the
is.
process of doing that, they screwed up both of my emails that I had in there. Well, three of
Oh,
my emails.
that's why you
And
told me your email wasn't working yesterday. You said
yeah,
that.
so, and here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I cannot go inside Outlook and just update the server info on my email. It will not let me do it.
Wow.
And so I went to Claude and I started troubleshooting, and Claude kept coming back saying, "Well, we need to delete that email and start from scratch." I said, "If I delete that email,
No.
then I lose all my files
Yeah.
and all my emails." And he said, "Well, no, not necessarily." I said, "I am not deleting my emails.
No. No. It's like
I've
you don't
got 20
understand,
years
Claude.
worth of work in there, and so I'm trying to figure out
How
a
to.
workaround."
Yeah.
And he and I were going, and we worked on it for about 35, 40 minutes, and I just got tired. I
I
said,
can't
"Okay, I'll come
imagine.
back and do it later."
Wow.
So
We can
literally,
ask.
I can receive emails, but I can't send them. So,
Unbelievable. We'll have to
so
ask
I'm doing,
Matt what he thinks too, because he's probably has a lot. You have like your whole life is in your
well,
email, like,
yeah.
right? Me too. Like
In
if I
fact,
get go ahead.
well, I was just going to say, when it started moving everything over to the new platform, I didn't see any of my files.
Oh no.
It said it's moving all my stuff, and all I saw was just bare bones.
Oh
I saw a couple of
no.
things, and I go, "Oh my
Oh
goodness!"
my God.
And so I
It
asked Claude.
loses.
I said, "Did I just lose all my life's work?" And
Right.
it said, "No, it is moving everything over." So this was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Ugh,
I shut it down. I went to bed, and finally, when I came back the next morning, okay,
it
all
was
my
moved
files were
over.
there,
Okay.
but my email wasn't working.
Oh my
So,
God, that's so let's
you
that's
know, so,
unacceptable for business people. We can't have a day without, you know,
well,
text.
I was complaining to Claude, and Claude was saying, "David, you're not alone. The internet is alive with people
Oh
complaining."
my
And
God. And they didn't give us
but
any warning either, did they? They just switched it. I
no,
don't like that. It makes
and
me not like Microsoft. Like I don't like that.
they
That's
got you. I've been
yeah.
using that program for since the early 2000s. Maybe
God,
even
that's your
back
whole
in
life
the
in there.
90s,
Oh
and
my God. So
and
is
so
Outlook is really your main then email is
yeah,
Outlook.
yeah, it's what
So
I have used for my email forever. So
yeah, and it's
yeah,
there are times where you go back and like you're like, "Oh, I remember I bought that in that month and there's the receipt for it or there's the delivery whatever." Like if
yeah,
if you have one email, it and for like 20 years, then your tax returns like everything feeds to that one place. So, on the off chance that you need some little detail 20 years from now, it's really
yeah,
amazing that you're like, wait a minute, let me check if it's in my email, right?
yeah.
And then it
But I,
is. So, yeah,
but
that's
I,
horrifying. I can't imagine.
yeah, it is horrifying.
It is. It is. That's like a
But
nightmare scenario.
it is what it is. And here's the other thing:
Uh
the
huh.
new platform, they bury, everything used to be up at the top, and you could
Yeah, it's
click
easy to
in to
see.
get what you want. Oh my gosh, they buried things all over the place. I couldn't even find how to get in the settings. Again, I took a screenshot. I sent it over to Claude, and I said, "Okay, where are the settings?"
That's
And,
so
and
obvious, isn't
so
it? They shouldn't bury
I
the settings. That's like I
I
know
have been.
I find GHL does that too though. They put things in strange places and they're always really important things. Really
Yeah,
important things. And so you can't go forward until you found that thing and it's, 3 layers in under some tab. So it's I don't yeah, I'm very frustrated right now with how hard
well,
things are to find. So I have to keep like taking a picture and showing Julian and then he's like,
yeah,
"Oh, I think it's under sites now and it's under funnels." And then you have to go like, "Oh God, why can't they just
yeah.
have it be a tab?" So, yeah, so I think I'm just trying
Everything
to
is easy when you know how to do it. But
yeah,
when you are hunting for something to
I don't
try
like that.
and do the simplest of tasks, oh, it becomes, 10, 15, 20 minutes later, you're still clicking around trying to find it. And it's just
Absolutely.
crazy waste of time.
Can Atlas, your AI, can he see your screen ever?
No, no, you can't. But I can send him images as well, and he
I
can
do that
help.
too.
But it's amazing. I use Claude 10 times more than I do my Atlas.
Isn't that interesting?
Um, but it's just because I have become so comfortable inside Claude,
Hmm.
and I really appreciate Claude and what it can do. And the more I train it, the more we work together. Like it knows my voice. It knows who I am. I will give it a piece of information, a piece of content, and all I say to it is, "What are your thoughts?" And it'll come back and say, "David, this is some good stuff. I like 1 and 3, and I like 7, but let me push back on 4, 6, and 2."
Wow.
And we'll be talking about it and going back and forth. And I'll say, "Well, it's not your voice. There's a lot of hype in here.
Hmm.
You know how to do all of this stuff anyways. You don't need any of it." So, I don't
Incredible.
buy anything today until I ask Claude whether or not it's a viable product. I,
So,
I just I take a screenshot. I either do a screenshot or uh, I'll do a PDF. Oh, I have the most incredible app in Google Chrome that I use every single solitary day. This is a real gem, and if your audience is looking,
hmm,
look at where my little arrow is right
I
there.
can see that.
It's
Yeah.
called it's called Go Full Page Screen Capture. Watch this. I'll click on it.
Oh.
Choom, choom, choom. It just captured that
That's
page.
instant.
I I then download it as a PDF, and there it is right
Oh
there.
my goodness, that's
You
so
can
streamlined.
and then I take that and I give it to Claude and I say,
Yeah.
"What do you think of this?"
Oh my goodness. So how do you
So,
organize the screenshots? Like you're probably using them in real time, but where does it put all the screenshots that you're taking pictures of? Like where does it all go?
well, that I would take and I would just put it in Claude. If I use it more than once, I would put it in a
You'd
file
save it.
somewhere.
Yeah.
If I just use it that one
Just for
screenshot,
that
and
second.
I'd rename it too because you see the name comes, it comes
Yeah.
back. So it says Agent Skill Prompt because it took that, but I would rename it something so that I know what it is.
Very good.
Um, but
Wow.
once I give it to Claude, then Claude's going to look at it and do whatever he's going to do with it, and then
Right.
it's probably something that I don't need anymore. So I would just I
So you
would
don't
just
need to
shut it
keep it.
down.
Right.
But I'll tell you, this has been a lifesaver. You take something that is
Wow.
really, really long,
Yeah.
and you want to go in um, and capture the whole thing. It just does that, and you
Oh
saw how
my
fast it did
God.
it.
It was
You know,
instant. My
yeah.
goodness.
Within 3 or 4 seconds, you've got a screenshot, and then you can give that to Claude, and then Claude can analyze that instantly.
So you
It reads
pull
that.
you pull kind of the file name from downloads and then you put that in the search bar in Claude. Is that how would you share it with
Yeah,
him?
yeah. I would just give it over to Claude and say, "Hey,
Okay.
what do you
Okay.
think of this?" Yeah, do that for anything.
I like to do
It,
like a split screen because sometimes, we're building something for hours. And so because I don't know what I'm looking at and I don't know what,
oh,
Julian needs, I'm taking like we're talking like 50 in an hour for like 8 hours. Like we've done that.
yeah,
And I can't imagine like not being able to give him images because they are diagnosing and they are telling us what to do next, right?
yeah. Well, I have 3 screens, 3 large screens, my computer in front of me, and then I have 2 identical screens on
That's
either side of me.
amazing.
So I have, they're all going at one time,
That's
and
wonderful.
I'm doing one thing in one, and I'm doing something in another. Like if I screen capture something,
Yeah.
like I just did, then I'll
Uh-huh.
I'll just pull it over and give it to Claude. Or if I screen, I might use Snagit. I use this a lot, and I capture something. So if I come over here, I just capture that,
I see.
and then
And then he
boom, I
can see
just
that
capture it,
section. Okay.
and it'll open up in my other. Oh, it's opening up right here.
Look at
So there,
that.
there it is right there. So then I
Oh
would
my
just take that
God.
and I would drag it over to Claude and let Claude take a look at it, and then Claude will come back and tell me whatever it's going to do. Let me show you a project I'm working on.
Yes, please.
You can see Lovable is open up here. So I'm working on I'm working on my app, and here's the actual app in real time. Um, this
Oh.
is I'm gonna see if I can click
Are
on
you
this.
are you
This
renovating
oh
this yourself? Like, is this the one that you're working on
oh
physically?
yeah,
It's
absolutely. This is what
beautiful.
this is what the kitchen looks like now.
It's
This is
so
what the
nice.
kitchen looked like when we started tearing it apart.
Oh my
Here,
goodness.
oh, this is not opening. Let me do it inside here. Um, so let me go down here.
Completely different.
So this is what the kitchen looked like when we bought it.
That's
Now,
absolutely
but
beautiful.
these cabinets have been here for since 1974.
Oh my
So
God.
they've been around a while. So
Dave, I thought
then
that was the after picture.
no, that's the before
That's the
picture.
before picture. You've got to be
Th
kidding.
th This is us tearing it apart.
Oh my goodness. Because, yeah, like this is what you do sometimes on the weekends, right? You go into,
Yeah,
and oh my
this is everything I'm doing.
God.
And let me see if I can get a better picture of maybe. No, I don't
Unbelievable.
have a picture of the cabinets in there yet.
So you
Oh, well,
have,
here's one that has some of the cabinet. So see, now you can see the
oh, it's
cabinet,
so
the
nice.
and the wall is gone here, and the wall is gone there, and we're
Wow. I
putting
love the
all new,
floor, Dave. Look at the
yeah,
floor.
all the flooring is going in around here.
Oh, it's so
And,
nice.
there was a solid wall from right here
Oh my
all the way
God.
over to there, and then from there all the way over to there. So we took this whole wall down.
Oh my
This
God.
this is a wall we had to support. And then now there's going to be wood that wraps around all of this.
Oh, that's
And then
lovely.
this is a huge island.
It really
It's
is
really
huge.
big. And then she has a microwave in this part right here. Then the refrigerator and the stove is over here.
Wow.
I haven't uploaded. That's what I was doing today. I was building the app
Okay.
and getting the images so that I could upload them in here by dragging and dropping them, and then putting them in here so that I could just click on it and have it open up.
So
So
what does the app do? I'm sorry. So you start with the before pictures?
no, this app is called Homekeeper Plus, and what it does, it started as an app that you go in and you build your plan, and then so it asks you a bunch of questions about the type of home you have, and then
Oh,
it'll build a plan for you, and then you work your plan, and here's all the tasks that you would need to do
I
to
see.
stay up.
Okay.
So in 25 days, you need to clean your washing machine, replace your HVAC filter,
Wow.
clean dishwasher filter and spray
Okay.
iron. So it
Oh my
tells you what to do,
God.
when to do it,
So you
and
can
then
really keep track.
it shows you your progress
Oh my
here,
goodness. Look at.
what you're doing. So I haven't done anything yet because I'm still building the app.
This is
And then
amazing.
but then it sort of morphed into a whole bunch of other things because I have a checklist here for winterizing your home, spring opening.
Wow.
If you have a rental, if you are in a place
Hurricane
where
prep.
hurricanes are going to hit,
Wow.
open this up and
It's really
it'll tell you
smart.
everything you need to do to prep yourself for a hurricane
My
coming.
goodness. The
And
incredible thing is
then,
that you do a lot of work yourself. So for you to create a tool
yeah,
like this, it's because you know how many things go into having a home for many years, like, but to organize it all sequentially and then have it prompt you perhaps when it's
yeah.
time for, if you're going to turn over your rental.
Well,
I love that there's
well,
like a card and then you just do those tasks.
here is, oh, something went wrong.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, try it
Yeah, don't
again.
worry.
All
That's
right, so
amazing. Handoff
here
package. Look at
is
this.
here is I can once I have all the information in here, and let's say I want to sell my home, I can turn over everything that has ever been done in the house to the
Oh,
people that are going to buy it.
oh my
So
goodness.
they could go into a room in the house. For example, if they wanted to go into a room, I, I may or may not have one in here. I don't have.
Sure,
Well,
but
why does it keep breaking?
yeah,
I
might
don't have any rooms added yet here.
okay, yeah.
But
But if you
but
wanted to
if
like check on your dryer or something like that, you can go into that room and then go to that appliance and then
yeah,
see when was the last time I cleared out, all the lint filters or everything, or when was the last time I inspected the
ex-
hose that goes to the outside of the house, or so
ex-
instead of, wondering when it was or what year it was, you just check this and you can see when you did it.
exactly. And like
Checklist.
today, I added an appliance because my daughter bought an appliance yesterday. So
Awesome.
I added this appliance. Watch this. This is really cool.
This is
You
amazing.
can get the QR download. You can download it as a
Ah.
PG or print it and attach it to your item, and then anybody could go and scan the QR code, and they will get all the data.
Oh my
So
goodness.
they'll get everything that's in here, and I can upload manuals. I could upload an image of it. I'll upload an image when I take one.
Sure.
Here's when it was bought. Here's the cost.
Oh,
Um,
manuals. It actually has access to manuals
Yeah.
for it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Watch this. So
That's
here's
amazing.
something's going on.
Yeah, it might be, and it might be our, relaying it over, for television. It might be our
Hmm,
fault because it's kind
I don't
of
know. It was working
complex.
earlier today, so I'll have to
Sure, no,
ask it
I'm
why.
I'm I'm
But because I
positive it
actually did
works.
open it and it worked.
Absolutely.
But
That's amazing.
so the whole goal here is to have everything in one place.
Yes.
So as she adds things to the house, we can track everything that's going on. So for example, the project I added today, oh, it keeps breaking. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
But you
So
can see how it works.
it's all about the kitchen remodel.
Okay.
So, I'm talking about what it is. These are
Wow.
just numbers I put in there,
Yeah.
but this is the actual date we started, and then I'm putting these photos
Incredible.
in there. I can put in receipts, I can put in
Wow.
documents, I can do, all the receipts that we're using to do all this work, I'll put in here. All I have to do is take a picture of it on my phone.
Oh my
I
God.
just I just click on that and take a picture of the receipt, and then I can use it to autofill with AI, or I can manually put it wherever I
Wow.
want it.
So
So
organized. That's amazing.
it's a pretty once I get it stabilized and once I get it working, it'll be
Sure.
a fun little project. It
So
should
it's in
stabilize.
skills, it's in the skills vault, right?
No, this is not in the skills
That's
vault.
not in the skills
This
vault. Okay.
this is a live app that is actually published and working on the internet.
Wow.
So this is it on the internet.
Oh my goodness. Yes, that's right. It's live because it's updated. I
Yeah,
put in the new
it's
appliance. It's updated. Yeah.
homekeeperplus.com
Oh
forward
my
slash today.
goodness.
So
That's such a great idea. Imagine if you
so
buy a
this
house and someone has all this wonderful, totally updated information about
well
everything, every receipt, every paint color. You
exactly.
know what I mean? This
And
is invaluable.
you can you can command a whole lot more money for,
That's
if
true.
somebody goes into your house and,
That's true.
it doesn't look good, it hasn't been staged properly, you
Yeah.
don't have any details. When we bought this house, I asked the owners about 35, maybe even 40 questions about
Wow.
everything about the house. I wanted to know, where's the water shut off? When was the last time the septic system was pumped? Who
Totally.
maintains the water purification system? I just asked all these questions because you don't ever know them.
Yeah.
Well, they took about 3 or 4 days to come back, and it was about 30 or 40% complete. There was a bunch of NA, so which was, it's okay. I didn't expect to get more than about 50%, but it was okay. But think about this. I click on this and then I hand them off a summary of
It's
everything that's ever been done to the
incredible.
house,
That's
and
incredible.
they got it in their hands, and I let them take a peek at it, and say, I'll be more than happy to share this with you.
Wow.
I can command a lot more for the house.
Yes, you
And if I
can.
keep my home up with all the maintenance and everything, and I can show them that I'm doing that,
You can
when
ask
they come
for.
back,
Yeah.
yeah, when they come back and say, hey, we want to cut the price by 2 or 3 or 5,000. No,
No.
our home has been well maintained. Here's how long it's been maintained. Here's everything we've ever done to it. Everything is listed here. No, this is the price, and you can hold firm, and you'll get your money.
Yeah.
So it's
Nobody does
well
this,
worth the
David. This
time.
is amazing. It's a dream.
Plus, it doesn't take much for something to fail in your home because you
Yes.
didn't do something and check on something,
Yes.
and you could end up with a, 5, 10, 15, $20,000 bill because you have to replace your HVAC, or you have to,
Some major system.
repair termite damage or
Yeah.
whatever it was, because most people don't know until it actually happens.
True.
So
Yeah, and that's
if you've
only
got
if you
a,
can see it on the outside because a lot of things are not visible behind walls and things like that.
exactly.
So yeah, that's invaluable. That's incredible.
Yeah, you saw that first picture of the kitchen and you think it looks good.
I
But when
couldn't
you
believe
actually,
that's the before picture. I can't
yeah, that
believe
was the
that.
book. Yeah,
I
well, it
can't
looks good
believe
in the picture, but when you walk
that.
into the kitchen, it didn't look so good. The cabinets were old. They
But
didn't even have
so
backs to
well
them.
kept. Your
It was
daughter,
just the
man.
wall of the kitchen. Everything was nailed. It was a mess.
Oh my
And
God.
we knew that we were going to gut it. In fact, we're gutting the whole house.
Wow.
We're upgrading every room in the house.
Good. She must be
But
thrilled that you're so involved and that you're so knowledgeable. She must be so
yeah,
thrilled.
she's always anxious. She texts me today and says, "Well, what's our plan for the weekend?" So
She
I
counts
text her
on you
back and let her
coming and
know what we were doing.
so yeah, if somebody just wanted to try one thing, because one thing I feel about AI is that just play, right? Get in there and just play. You can't hurt it, right? So, of
Exactly.
the three things that you showed us today, the three templates, I think you said you use the interview method a lot. But if, say,
Yes.
somebody had 10 minutes and they have a couple of things they're wondering about, would you just have them maybe have Claude help them write the prompt or just go in, put what their thoughts are, and then iterate? Like if you had 10 minutes and you didn't know very much about prompting, um, what
Well,
would what be a good place
here's
to
a
start? Go ahead.
here's a real easy example. If you have an idea or you have a task or
Mm-hmm.
you're just sitting there looking at the blank screen and you want to do something,
Right.
just ask the AI to build the prompt for you. Say, I would like to do this. I want to get this output. I would like it in this format or
Okay.
whatever it is.
Okay.
And can you build me a prompt to do this? And it'll come back and build a prompt for you. Then you can take the prompt and put it in and then look at the output you get. And then when
Incredible.
you get that output, I would go back and say, this is good. I like it, but is there anything we can do better? How would we enhance this? How could we make it better for the end user or whatever language you want to use?
Right.
And then put it back in and let it rebuild for you because it'll come back and tell you, you're right, David. It's okay, but it's missing these 3 or 4 or 5
That's
things. It would be
incredible.
much better if we did this.
Right.
And I would keep going back and forth with it like that until you get an output that you feel comfortable with,
Mm-hmm.
something that matches your desired outcome.
Right.
Um,
What you were
you know,
hoping
you
for.
you you probably have something in your mind about what it would look like, and so if you did that, then you could say, "Oh, yeah, that's great. I love it. Thanks.
Right.
Is there anything, and then you could just keep saying, is there anything else we could do? You know, and let it talk to you. Have a conversation back and forth with it so that you can come back. Let me just show you something real quick that I
Yeah,
did
please.
yesterday that this would have cost probably a fortune um, to do had somebody done this on their own.
Okay.
a few years ago. This is a
Oh, wow.
something I was playing with yesterday,
That's beautiful.
and this is sort of the style, the colors,
I love the
the look
colors.
and feel, the
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah.
These are all the things that you would have hired somebody to do for you.
AI did
To
that? What?
Yeah, I did that actually in Chat GPT,
Oh my
and
goodness, that's absolutely
so
beautiful.
so now I can take that anywhere I want and say, okay, I want to build around this. So I'm working on
My
some
God.
personal development stuff, and
That's lovely.
I wanted to build this for it. So yeah, isn't
That's
it gorgeous?
absolutely
It's
beautiful.
warm and comfortable,
It is.
and
It's so clean and just like it's very soft and it's very comforting. It has a feeling. You would
and that would
not
have
think
take
that was created.
that
No.
that would have taken,
Ooh,
$3 or $4,000 and a guy 2 or 3 weeks to come back and
my
give that to you
God.
as okay,
As a
here's
finished
your
work.
brand. This
Mm-hmm.
is your brand. I did that in about 5 minutes
Oh
on
my God, that's
ChatGPT.
unbelievable. You must have been amazed.
Well, yeah,
I
I am
just,
amazed what it can do.
wow, I
That's
can't believe
that's
it.
why I let it do it, right?
Oh my goodness. So it even does images at that level.
Oh, ChatGPT is incredible.
It's
It
incredible.
builds. You just give it a really good prompt,
Hmm.
and it's amazing what it can come back with.
So if someone wanted to,
Absolutely
like,
amazing.
you can speak a prompt too, right? Like, can you show us
Oh,
on Claude? Is there like a little microphone or something that people
yeah,
can
yeah.
see?
Here's my little microphone right down here.
Oh, it's right
Just
there.
just click on it and start talking. It'll
Oh,
do
that's
everything. I don't know
amazing.
why. I talk a lot on my phone,
Yeah.
but I don't. For some reason, I don't talk very much on my computer.
Because we're so
I
used to
do more
typing on the
typing on my
computer, right?
computer.
Yeah, me too. And it's so crazy because like you can like talk at like 250 words a minute,
Oh,
typing maybe 40 if you're really
oh,
fast, right?
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Especially
typing
creating
is
something.
ridiculous. I have to get out of that mindset. I have to start using the mic a lot more
I
because
never
it's
think of
so much
it.
more efficient.
So I see
Yeah,
that there's a plus
old
button down
habits.
there where it says what write a message, Dave, in that bar. Can you hit the plus sign and then
The
what
plus
can we
sign
add
just
to it? What do
that
we
tells you where you want to store things.
Oh, where you
So,
want to Okay, very good.
you
Very
know,
good.
yeah, I could add it to a folder. I can look at skills. I can add a skill. So, here are the skills that I've added in.
Okay.
Remember I talked about the other day? Well, another way you can get to a skill is just to push that. Just push the /
Oh,
bar.
the forward
Yeah.
slash.
But remember I talked about the console skill. So if
Yes.
I add that, then I could take this prompt here
Uh-huh.
that it produced for me,
Uh-huh.
and then I could copy it, and then I could put it in here.
To the council?
Yeah.
And you just say run. No, that's unbelievable. Yeah, this is a great example. Oh
And
my goodness, this is
let's see what the
insane.
console is going to come back and
Because the
say.
council, I really like the council idea because it's like, a financial expert and, all these different experts. And then you have
Yeah.
this overarching kind of like, what chief of staff almost, right? And he
Yeah. Well,
summarizes.
it's the board chairman. So,
That's it. That's it.
okay, I want a technical review. Yeah, give me a technical review. Just give me a summary. So we don't want to be here all day. But so the goal here is, ChatGPT's or in Claude and Perplexity and Gemini, they're all here to please you, right?
Yeah,
They want to help you and please you. And so they become a real yes person all the time.
right.
So,
We don't always
if you
want that.
really want some pushback,
Yeah.
if you really want to hear a little more, about this angle or that angle, then you give it to the console and let the console put it through it's 5 members, and then each member will come back and tell you what its thoughts are, and then the chairman of the board will come back and say, okay, here's consensus. This is what we think, and here's what we suggest. So you get a little bit better pushback, and you're not just getting the
Right.
answer person all the time, right?
Right.
So, the security hawk. The prompt template itself is structurally sound, but has a significant gap in the input sanitation.
Wow.
Well, remember I told you that before? It didn't have the task of, well,
Yes.
okay, no, well, there's nothing in there. So
Variables. Wow.
the scalability engine. This template works fine for a single prompt, single task execution, but does not address what happens at scale.
Wow.
Key considerations, token economics. So, I would build a skill. So you've got all these things coming back now. The pragmatic shipper, the cost optimizer.
Wow.
So that's when I built that skill. The board members, the guys that are sitting on the board, when they come back, it's based on what you give them. So it's not going to be the pragmatic shipper all the time, not the developer experience advocate. It changes based on what information you give it, so that you get, you're getting people that are relevant to the task that you're assigning it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's see what. So here it is in a
so many
table
stages.
format.
Like, it's so incredibly multi-layered, David. I'm telling you, this is amazing. And then stage 3 is the chairman.
So here's the chairman. Your prompt template is production viable, but has 4 fixable weaknesses that will bite you at scale. Here's the priority punch list.
I love this.
So then, I could take this.
Yeah.
I could take this information.
Right.
We could do that.
And then put that in. I think we have about 5 minutes, so we're doing great.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
We can do that now.
Oh my goodness. So you put in what the chairman said, and then it came back with even more.
And now it says applying all 4 fixes from the console. Both fixed now. Line items and 2 version 2 items, since they're low-cost edition. Let me build the updated template.
Oh my goodness. So then you're just improving your actual what you're building, right? And I think that's how you do your skills so well. We're very impressed by your skills. And so I think that there's so much work that you have put into a skill before even putting it in the marketplace. It isn't just your own expertise and experience. It's all of this accumulated, incredibly insightful, very detailed, right? And it's truthful. Like, it's true. Like, the distribution guy is going to talk about this might be a challenge. The financial guy might be like, you know what? I'm not sure how this is going to work. Like, they're talking about their own, like, their specialty, right?
Yeah. Well, when I built, there's a lot of skill builders out there, and a lot of people take a lot of different licenses when building skill.
Uh-huh.
But not every skill will work across every platform.
Mm-hmm.
There is a protocol, and there are procedures and requirements for any given skill, so that it will work across all the different platforms. So I did a lot of research on what a skill is. How can a skill be used in any platform that you want to use? Your favorite, Gemini, Perplexity,
right.
Claude.
I love that you do that, though. I love that you thought all that out before even putting anything in the market, because you cared enough, right? For people, people get
Yeah,
attached to their favorite. They do. I mean, I
exactly.
do as well, right? And so I love that you care enough to that people can use, these incredible tools, but they can use it in their favorite, model, right? And so they don't
Yeah,
have to be like, oh, I wish he did this for Gemini. No, you've already looked into it, and you can absolutely feed it into Gemini, right? Because you've looked at
exactly.
yeah, I'm really
And
glad
then
that you care.
I built a skill to write the skill
That's
so that
incredible,
it contains all those instructions
right?
so
And
that
the
every skill
guardrails,
is produced exactly the same way.
right?
So it won't drift, because there are times when I have an idea that pops into my head and I go, write a skill. And then I forget to tell it to use the skill builder. And, and then it comes back and I look at it and I go, did you use the store skill builder to build this? And did you
No.
do a skill audit? And it'll come back, no, David, I skipped those.
Oh,
I said, well, you're never supposed to skip them. So
right.
then it'll do the audit and then it'll come back, oh, it's a 20 out of 23. I'll fix it. So it'll go and fix it.
That's incredible. I know. I love the way that you think things out. You really are so incredibly well suited to this work, and I'm just really happy to work with you and to, learn from you. And so
Well, I
you're such a great teacher too. You really are.
Well, I just think it's the most incredible thing that has come along. I've been
Me
I've
too.
been a part of the internet age when it bloomed, right?
Yeah.
I remember the dial-up beep 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 beep. You've got mail, and I started working with computers back in the '80s, and
Wow.
and it's really been around since the late '40s, early '50s. But today what we have at the capabilities we have, what we have
Incredible.
in our phone. I flew jets for the Air Force. I had three
Wow.
I had three big box GPSs inside our aircraft to help us navigate and get us to the target. And those darn things were 4.5, 5 miles off by the time we flew a 1.2 mission.
Oh no.
Today, my phone, this little device right here, can take somebody to the moon and back, compared to the power that I had when I was flying those
I did
jets.
not know you were a pilot. Holy crow. What are you not? My God. Like you can renovate a kitchen like at that level and then you write skills and programs in your spare time and right like it isn't like or you're an and person because
Yeah, well,
everything is and you're a pilot
I've
and
I've had a very wonderful life. I
I
graduated from Western Michigan University's
oh
aviation
really?
program. I have a degree in aviation from
God, I
the.
didn't know that. That's amazing. Yeah, Western's pretty good. Some of my very best friends went to Western, and they met each other. I know couples that have met
Oh,
each other at Western, so it's a very
yeah. Well,
sweet
I
thing.
had a ball there. I loved going to college. It was so much fun.
I'm so glad. That's amazing. So anytime you want to do another topic, another like webinar, anything you want to do, you're always welcome. The door is always open
Well,
for you.
I
It's such a
appreciate it, and
pleasure, and you're my
I hope the
friend.
audience can take a little bit away and
Thank you.
hopefully use AI just a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I was telling you, I wanted to tell you in depth the skills that I've been learning from, and like the next few days, we're going to be going through the council and kind of the category of one and all that. So we're literally using things that you've built, and you have our deepest admiration. We're so grateful to you for your kindness,
You're
Dave.
talking about you and Julian?
I am. I am personally. I mean, when you go home, when you have a minute, read the email that I did a
Yeah,
summary of all of his very exacting comments, and it's compliments. It's just incredible.
okay,
But he
I'll
tells you
read it in
why
detail.
he appreciates like what you've done. So yeah, it's nice to have personally went from, you're a really sweet guy and I'm glad to be your friend. And now we're like,
Yeah,
okay, you're a wizard. I don't even,
I'm Julian's friend now,
you are Julian's friend. And one day we'll meet Atlas and we'll have a picnic or something. It'll be super
huh?
fun. But yeah, you're
That's
always
funny.
welcome. Thank you for being such an incredible
Is,
teacher.
isn't that Isn't that crazy how you were
It's
saying
incredible.
and you were talking about an AI?
I do because you know what? When you work with them every day and they help you to almost realize your dreams,
Yeah,
it's kind of an emotional thing because you're like, I can't do this without you. I've said that to them.
it has your personality. It
Yeah.
my AI knows me. I mean,
Yeah.
it knows me
Writes like
inside and
you,
out.
right? He
Yeah,
reacts like if
yeah,
you are like, hey, take over for me and just do the rest of this chapter, he can write like you because you've done 100 questions, right? And all that. Like
yeah.
I
My
love the preparation that you do for your
my voice
work.
DNA. I will I will definitely share that someday inside
Wonderful.
the vault.
Yeah, we
We'll
can
put
do a
I'll
tour
put
of the
that skill
vault.
inside the vault. It's a very labor
Laborious.
intensive
Yes.
act, but the results it gives you. It told me. I think we were on about question 35 or
Yeah.
40 or something like that. And it said, David, I have enough information. I said, no, we're going to go through all 100 questions and finish. And so, the next day, I think I got up to somewhere around
Like 60 or something.
I was in the 60s, 70s, and then
Yeah.
I quit that day, and then I started again in the 70s and went through the. But
Wow.
here's the thing: the reason it took me so long is because I was typing everything. If I had used AI voice, if I had just clicked on the
Oh, it would have
mic
been
and talked,
so much faster. Yeah.
it could have went 10 times faster.
Oh my goodness, I
But
never think about that.
but
Yeah,
I was
that's
typing
true.
it. That's why it took the 3 days. But
Okay.
I didn't mind because I really wanted to.
It's a good thing,
I
right?
wanted to think a little bit more deeply about it as I was writing, and
Yeah.
I can speak okay, but I think a little bit better when I'm taking my time to write it out. Because when I just do a speech, I miss a lot of things, and then I
Me
have to go
too.
back.
Me
But
too.
that's okay. I mean, it
It's
doesn't
okay.
matter how the input gets in there as long as it's
Yeah, and at
getting in
any
there.
time you can add more detail. You can go in and change things around. It's not like it's set in stone. Like you can, they're
Yeah,
always learning about us, right, Dave? Like they're
yeah.
always, right? They're getting better with time. So,
And
but yeah.
I would think of something and I'd say, oh, let's go back to question number 72 because this had, and so
It
I
just
would give it
occurred to me that.
more information and it would come back and say, well, that changes things. Now I got to redo this. And so
Yeah, but they don't complain a
would
lot. They
redo.
really don't complain.
No, they don't
So,
complain.
but please come back. We'll look on the schedule and see if there's. I know you're doing a lot of renovation and things like that. So maybe after the renovation and you're feeling a bit more free. And I know the whole time you're going to be thinking about like 35 different skills while you're renovating. I know you. And
It's
so,
crazy.
but what a pleasure. Thank you, sir, for gracing us with
You're
your
welcome.
presence and your
Enjoy. Have a
unbelievable.
great evening.
Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. We'll
You're
see you
welcome.
again, okay? I'm not going to say goodbye.
Okay.
We'll see you again.
All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Take
Take
care.
care. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll definitely be continuing the conversation. This is like an AI series that we're doing, and I really hope that people are not afraid to try, play, have a good time. It's all right. You're not going to break it. You just might learn about yourself, and you never know. You could uncover some dream or go towards some project that you've always wanted to do, but now you have help, right? You're not alone anymore. So thank you for watching. Take care. Have a nice evening.